A lack of top-level competition is impacting Singapore's elite athletes' preparations in the lead-up to next year's Olympics and SEA Games. In tonight's SG Pulse, Alif Amsyar finds out how they're still staying focused and ready for battle.
Kean has booked a spot for the Olympic Games scheduled to start next July. The giant killer is best known for beating two-time Olympic champion Lindan to win the Thailand Masters in January last year. He also clinched silver in the men's singles at last year's SEA Games. He's been back in training since June, but uncertainty remains.
Supposedly there's Asia League in January, but I'm not sure whether it will happen or not. We haven't really been competing, so not quite sure how it will work out when the competition resumes.
But he's staying focused.
I set goals for my training and then I train with purpose every day and I keep myself fit so that, let's say, if tomorrow there's a competition, I always think like, if tomorrow there's a competition, I'll be ready for it.
LINYE and the rest of the women's table tennis team are also Tokyo-bound. In fact, they are currently competing in Japan's Premier Table Tennis League. As to what comes next, she's not quite sure. But she understands that the World Championships scheduled for March has been cancelled.
肯定是要加强的，但是我觉得加强的首先还是需要先保证一下自己的身体吧，尤其是运动员伤病这一块。所以有些时候可能练的比较多了，然后伤病就会出现嘛。
LINYE and more than 11,000 athletes are expected to descend on Tokyo, and they got some assurance from the International Olympic Committee. The IOC said the athletes' village must be the safest place in Tokyo during the Games in a visit to the Japanese capital earlier this week. Uncertainty also surrounds this Silat exponent and her SEA Games dreams. What's weighing heavily on her mind?
I'm used to having back-to-back competitions every single time. We are always prepared for any competitions that are given to us, or if we suddenly need to do a full performance, just a random performance. I think I'm ready for that. Next year is our SEA Games, so if we do not have any competition for us to practice, we wouldn't be very ready.
She clinched silver at the 2017 Asian Games, but her SEA Games outing in the Philippines 2 years ago ended in disappointment.
I will really push myself to really stay focused. I just want to make a comeback.
Vietnam will raise the curtain on the upcoming SEA Games next November.